What happens when a cult classic zombie saga refuses to die? Nearly 3 decades after the rage virus first brought London to its knees, Danny Boyle returns with a film that's anything but predictable. 28 years later isn't just a sequel, it's a chaotic, unsettling, and sometimes poetic resurrection of a horror universe many believed had flatlined. But behind the madness is a deeper question. Are we watching The Infected, or a reflection of ourselves? Back in 2002, 28 days later shattered expectations. Gone were the slow, stumbling undead of George A. Romero. Boyle's infected were fast, furious, and frighteningly human. Cillian Murphy woke up in a deserted hospital to find a world unrecognizable, torn apart by a virus that spread faster than panic. With Alex Garland's razor-sharp script and Anthony D.O.D. Mantle's groundbreaking digital cinematography, the film didn't just redefine the zombie genre, it kick-started a new wave of realistic, nerve-shredding horror. Its 2007 follow-up, 28 weeks later, pushed the boundaries further. But after that, silence. For years, fans begged for more. Rumors swirled, ideas floated, but nothing materialized until now. The rage virus is back. But this time, it's not just about blood and bites. It's about borders, Brexit, and belief systems breaking down. 28 years later opens not with mass chaos, but eerie quiet. The virus hasn't spread globally, it's been locked inside Britain, turning the entire island into a living quarantine zone. No rescue, no outside help, just an entire nation left to rot. And on one secluded outpost, Holy Island, we meet Spike, a 12-year-old boy growing up in a world frozen in fear, where survival has replaced schooling and bows and arrows are the new normal. Spike lives with his hunter father Jamie, played by Aaron Taylor Johnson, and his bedridden mother Isla, portrayed by a chillingly unhinged Jodie Comer. Their existence feels medieval. Makeshift towers, scavenged food, tribal rules. Jamie treats killing the infected like sport, cheering Spike on as he takes his first life. It's twisted, celebratory, and deeply uncomfortable. You can see it in Spike's eyes, he's starting to question everything. They're all lying, Mom, he confesses quietly one night. And that single line is the spark that ignites the film's wild descent into something stranger. When Spike hears rumors of a reclusive doctor lighting strange fires in the distance, he makes a choice. He's going to find this man and save his mother, even if it means crossing the infected mainland. What follows isn't a straight line of terror, it's a zigzagging, unpredictable journey that feels less like a horror movie and more like a dark fairy tale. Ralph Fiennes appears as the orange-lit doctor, half genius, half madman. Edvin Riding plays a lost NATO soldier, washed ashore with secrets he refuses to share. And all the while, Comer's Isla calls her son Daddy, lost in a mental fog that's equal parts tragic and terrifying. Boyle takes risks here. Big ones. Most of the film is shot on iPhones, making every moment feel raw, jittery, and disturbingly real. At times, it's hard to watch. The visuals are chaotic, the pacing uneven. Critics have called it disjointed, even grating. But is that the point? Is Boyle trying to infect us with the same unease his characters feel? Because this isn't a sleek Hollywood apocalypse, it's messy, fractured, and absolutely alive. While many expected the film to draw parallels to COVID-19, Boyle sidesteps the obvious. Instead, the looming shadow is Brexit. The virus may be fictional, but the isolation? That's very real. Britain, cut off from Europe, left to fend for itself, builds a backdrop that's both metaphorical and literal. It's not just a zombie movie. It's a commentary on what happens when a country is sealed off, when fear wins, and when survival becomes a philosophy rather than a necessity. And then there are the infected themselves. Some still sprint with Olympic fury, but others? They crawl, slowly, pathetically. Dubbed slow-lows, they dig for worms, shuffle like broken toys. It's grotesque, it's pitiful, and it's strangely humanizing. These aren't monsters, they're reminders of who we used to be, of what we've become. Yet, amid the gore, there's tenderness. Moments where Spike and his mother share quiet, haunting conversations. Times when the violence pauses and the emotional weight settles in. Spike isn't just fighting the infected, he's fighting the myth of his father, the lies of his village, and the fear that maybe, just maybe, survival isn't enough. 28 years later may not be the clean, cathartic sequel some fans hoped for, but that's what makes it matter. It's an experience. Unfiltered, uncomfortable, unforgettable. It dares to ask, what if infection isn't a sickness, but a state of mind? And the story doesn't end here. With The Bone Temple already shot and directed by Nia DaCosta, this isn't a finale, it's a new beginning. Boyle has hinted that this film is the first in a closing trilogy, bringing the rage virus full circle. Where it goes next is anyone's guess. But if this entry proves anything, it's that the infection, both literal and metaphorical, is far from over. So as the credits roll and the last infected groans fade into the distance, you're left with one final, unnerving thought. The rage virus isn't just in them. Maybe it's been in us all along. Love you, gang.